Welcome to Warrior Shaman Chronicles, where we crack bones open raw and pull truth straight from the marrow. No polish. No comfort myths. Valentine's Day isn't Hallmark. It's 2,000 years of humans clawing for connection, because being alone kills faster than swords. Empires collapse without it. Faith dies without it. Artists go mad trying to name it. We spend fortunes chasing its echo. Every age picks up the same tools, swings them differently, and calls it love. But under every song, under every prayer, it's the same cry. Don't leave me in the dark. Walk the road with me. Rome, 5th century BC. February. The air is thin and cold. Rome isn't celebrating, it's starving. The Republic is newborn, king's blood still tacky on Capitoline stone. On Palatine Hill, beside wild oak and smoke, lies the Lupercal Cave, where the wolf mother Lupa was said to nurse Romulus and Remus. That myth isn't a bedtime story. It's a warning label. Rome is fragile. One bad winter from erasure. Granaries empty. Frost kills seed before it wakes. Infants vanish before their names are learned. Without children, there are no soldiers. Without soldiers, no Rome. Survival isn't philosophy. It's math written in blood and bone. So Rome calls on Lupercalia. 3 frenzied days in mid-February, beneath the shadow of that cave. Noble youths called the Luperci slit the throats of goats and dogs, offerings to forces older than law. Their faces are smeared in blood, their hips draped in goatskin. They sprint through smoky streets, laughing, howling, alive. Women stretch out their palms and backs to be struck with strips of hide, not in pain but in hope. That touch will bring children. That blood will buy spring. From senators' daughters to market wives, every woman steps forward because she believes unseen corruption causes death she can see. Empty wombs mean no Rome, and no Rome means silence. In brutal terms, the festival is an equation of survival. Spill blood, earn rebirth. The lash becomes medicine. The ritual becomes math. Faunus, god of the wild, and Juno Februata, guardian of purification, watch like ghosts from the woods. Even the month bears her name. February, to cleanse. Blood keeps tomorrow alive. Rome survives. Barely, but survival has a memory. Rome, 3rd century AD. Same city, new empire, still bleeding. By 270 AD, Rome is vast and rotting. War drains its veins. Emperor Claudius II forbids marriage. He needs soldiers bound to banners, not wives. But in the catacombs and candlelight, Christians defy him. They worship in whispers. 2 men named Valentinus stand against the command. One a priest in Rome, another a bishop in Terni. Their stories blur in dust because martyrs don't write history. They become it. Both are caught, both executed. Their bones buried along the Via Flaminia, north of the city. Fragments survive, a tomb that seeps oil, a name that lingers in prayers. By the 7th century, February 14th, is fixed on the Christian calendar. In simple terms, 2 men defied an empire, died for faith, and their deaths were marked so the world would remember belief stronger than fear. Later centuries add embroidery, miracles, romance, hearts pierced by love instead of spears. But the first prayers weren't about passion. They were whispered for healing, for freedom from epilepsy, for mercy in a violent age. Valentine wasn't yet the patron of lovers. He was the patron of the broken. Faith outlasts swords. History keeps the bones. The Church adapts. In 494 AD, Rome performs its oldest trick, appropriation disguised as progress. Pope Gelasius bans Lupercalia, calling it unholy, but he replaces it with something familiar, a Christian feast honoring Saint Valentine. The names change. The hunger stays. Rome doesn't erase its rituals. It baptizes them. Blood becomes wine. Screams become song. The cave remains. Over centuries, February 14th becomes sanctified ritual, a purification turned prayer, an echo of when people bled to keep the world fertile. The masks are new. The rhythm is ancient. The birth of romance. Fast forward to the 14th century. Europe drowns in plague. Half of everything living is dead. Cities reek of decay. The church can't bury fast enough. Reality fractures. In the ashes, poets rebuild meaning. Geoffrey Chaucer writes Parlement of Fowls, claiming birds choose their mates on St. Valentine's Day. For people left numb by loss, it's revelation. Love becomes mythology reborn. Not fertility, not ritual, but defiance. To choose love in a dying world is rebellion. Manuscripts spread. Nobles exchange poems. Knights wear colors for their chosen. The feast of a martyr becomes the feast of meaning. Valentine stands, not beside altars, but beside the human need to feel seen before the grave. Verse rebuilds what plague destroyed. The ink becomes blood for a gentler age. The age of industry. By 1847, love goes mechanical. Industrial cities churn smoke and wages. People move faster, feel less. Handwritten poems turn into printed lace and paper. Esther Howland sells the first mass-produced Valentine cards in America, cut with care and glittered with sincerity. Cadbury fills heart-shaped boxes with chocolate. By the early 1900s, Hallmark reduces love to a product, something that can be bought, signed, and mailed before Monday's shift. In simple terms, emotion industrialized itself to survive loneliness. Gifts replaced ritual because the instinct remained, to prove worth, to remind someone you exist. Biology agrees. Gifts release dopamine. Acts of affection fire reward circuits that once kept tribes alive. Be mine might be printed now, but the heartbeat behind it hasn't changed. The algorithmic era. Now we stand in 2026. Billions are spent. Roses cross oceans overnight. Dinners are planned by code. Digital hearts count as communion. Fewer people celebrate, but those who do spend more. Trading time for illusion, money for warmth. It's not fake. It's adaptation. The same story, rendered in high resolution, because even now, being alone feels like death. The wolf cave never closed. We just painted neon on the door. Humans don't endure. Rituals do. Rome bled for infants. Christians bled for eternity. Poets bled ink. We bleed wallets. Strip it all away and February is still cold. The cave is still dark. The hunger not to face winter alone still gnaws from the marrow. Birds still call. We still run. So when the flowers wilt and the cards get tossed, remember, you're living through a ritual older than Rome. This is Warrior Shaman Chronicles. No myths, just memory.